Welcome to the Team Strive Coaching Protein Guide. I'm going to teach you how to hit 130 grams of protein and 1600 calories. Now, before doing so, let me show you what a consistent protein intake can do for your body. Every single woman on the screen hits over 130 grams of protein because it is specific for their body. 130 is not the magic number. They did not start in the program eating 130, but we got them up there sustainably by healing their metabolism, their relationship with food, making sure that they had calories assigned to them specifically. There is no magic number of calories that works for everybody, so you need a specific caloric intake. Hitting their protein intake every single day has helped them see sustainable fat loss, because when you have more lean muscle on your body, and you get that by eating a significant amount of protein that is adequate for what your body needs, you will naturally lose fat so much more easy. Because when you have more lean muscle on your body will burn fat so much more sustainably. It's just going to help with fat loss. So if you are anywhere in here on the before and you want to look like these afters, you're in the right place. Now, let's go ahead and break down how to hit 130 grams of protein and 1600 calories. Like I said, 130 grams is not a magic number, and 1600 calories is not a magic number either. But you're here because you know what macros are. You've tried tracking. You've tried, hitting higher protein intakes, but the calories still get higher too. So you're either going over the calories or under, and you're just not hitting the measurements, and it's frustrating. Most high protein food sources carry a significant calorie load. Unless you know the exact foods that give you the most protein per calorie, you're just going to be stuck in the cycle that you're currently in. This is what I'm here for. This guide fixes that. So the math behind 130 grams and 1600 calories. Let's break it down. 130 grams is 520 calories from protein. So subtract that from the 1600, you have about 1,080 calories for fats and carbs and all the fun stuff. That means about 33% of your calories come from protein. It's high, but it's achievable as long as you're intentional about your food sources. Now let's go ahead and break down the highest leverage protein sources. This means most protein for the fewest amount of calories. Build your meal around these. That is going to be the anchor. That is going to be the top priority, and then you fill in fats and carbs. So whenever you're building a meal, protein first, always. Some great protein options that are lean and are going to give you the best protein, amount for calories are egg whites, non-fat Greek yogurt, canned tuna, chicken breast, shrimp, cod or tilapia, fat-free cottage cheese, protein powders, extra lean ground turkey, and lean ground bison. You probably know these. You probably have tried these. It's more so the specific measurements, or maybe you're falling short and you need snacks or whatever it is. Let's give you a sample what 130 grams and 1600 calorie day looks like. Now, this is not a meal plan, so do not try and follow this. This is not made for you. This is a generalized guide. It's a proof of concept on how to actually see these numbers stack up. So hypothetically, if you had breakfast, you can have 3 whole eggs, 2 egg whites scrambled, some strawberries, and a banana on the side. Obviously measuring things out, because we all know that tracking macros is important. So this is about 32 grams of protein depending on your quality of foods. Lunch, you've got chicken breast on sourdough with lettuce, tomato, and mustard with some roasted sweet potato on the side. Just about 42 grams of protein, which is 440 calories. And then snack, you've got about 20 grams of protein here, some non-fat Greek yogurt with honey, mixed granola, mixed berries, and then lastly, you've got some dinner, garlic butter shrimp, delicious, over white rice, soy sauce, and sesame seeds, 28 grams of protein. Now, if you need the extra protein, if you are still short after those 3 meals plus a good protein snack, you can have an optional protein shake. Personally, not my favorite just because of digestion, and I just don't like protein powders. I'll be completely transparent. My body doesn't love them. But if you need to, you can, just to close that gap of where you're at with your protein and your target goal. So this is a sample of just about 147 grams of protein, which is even higher than the 130 that we have to aim for. And that is only about 1,490 calories, meaning you have about 110 calories left for a snack that's a sweet treat full of carbs and fats, whatever it is that you want. I like a Yasso bar. Now, again, this is just a proof of concept. You have to track this, or you can utilize this as a proof of concept to help you get an idea of what you can eat throughout the day, what you want to make. Your nutrition shouldn't have to be boring. It shouldn't be beef and rice, chicken, broccoli, and rice. This is proof that you can have fun meals. It just takes a little bit of effort to cook them, prepare them, and plan them, because you just don't wake up and have all the groceries in the world to make your favorite meal. You have to prepare. If you fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Simple as that. So 3 rules that make this work. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. These 3 things are going to move your needle forward. Protein anchor first. Every single meal that you consume should be focused on a primary protein source, and then you add sides, because if you avoid doing this, or if you don't do this, you are going to do the common mistake of filling your calorie budget with carbs and fats, and then you have no room for protein. There's no calories left for protein. So number 2, lean sources over fatty proteins, especially if you're in a calorie deficit. Fatty proteins are going to put you a little bit over and higher in calories just because of the density of the protein source. It has a little bit more fats, which are higher in calories naturally. So yes, salmon, nut butters, and whole eggs are amazing, but they're also calorie dense. Save those for when you have room, maybe in your reverse, maybe in a surplus, maybe at maintenance. On a 1600 calorie target, lean sources like shrimp, chicken breast, and Greek yogurt are going to be your besties. And lastly, use a protein shake strategically. It is not your primary source of fueling. This is not a meal replacement. Get that out of your head if that is in your head, or if you've done that before. It is not a meal, okay? It's not a crutch, but it's a gap closer. If you're 20 to 30 grams short on protein and calories are tight, it's the end of the day, go for it. Chug a protein shake. Do your thing. It's pretty efficient, but it shouldn't be something that you depend on or rely on. Now, let's be honest. This guide isn't going to naturally and magically fix your diet, your results, your specific issues in your fitness journey. Knowing which foods to eat is only one piece of the puzzle. That's why women who work with us here at Team Strive already come in doing most of this, let's be honest. And you're just still stuck. And the reason why is because their macros are set to the wrong target for their specific body and goal. Someone who's 5'7" in a deficit will have different calories than someone who's 5 foot in a deficit. Their training isn't structured to support muscle retention in a deficit. You're probably doing your favorite influencer's workout, or you bought a cheap $100 program expecting it to give you phenomenal results. It's just not going to happen. You need something catered to you, your goals, and that's going to challenge you to build that lean muscle and maintain it long term. Because when you have more lean muscle, you get that tone, that lean, that sexy shape that you want. And lastly, they're hitting their numbers some days and then completely falling off on others, and it's the consistency gaps that compound. Consistency compounds over time. If you show up and do the same things repetitively every single day, you're going to get better at it. But if you consistently show up and you're failing every day, you're going to get really good at failing. So when you are tracking Monday through Friday and you are a rock star and you're doing phenomenal, but Saturday and Sunday are your literal weekends, that's why you're stuck in the same position. In a journey such as this, where you want to see legit results, you have to take it so seriously. I'm not saying you need to be restrictive, but I'm saying if you have these goals, you need to have that at the forefront of your priority. And if it's not, you're not going to get there. So hitting your protein in isolation will not change your body if the rest of the structure is not built around the same specific goal. That's the difference between following general advice, following someone on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and then having a program built for you. You've seen what having a program does. These are the type of results when you have someone catering and customizing your nutrition, your habits, your mindset, and helping you walk this journey out to be successful. And that's exactly what we do here. So if you're already dialed in on nutrition, you're already dialed in on training, yet you're still stuck holding on to that last 10 to 15 pounds of stubborn body fat that just will not budge, it's not your effort that is the issue. It is your structure and the strategy that you're following, or lack of. So DM me the word protein on Instagram at FitLifeWithBrie, and let's talk about what's actually in the way, so that way we can figure it out, get to the root of the problem, because you've been putting Band-Aid over the issue, doing fad diet after fad diet, new workouts on Monday, and that is why you're stuck. Let's end it. DM me protein.